Welcome to B13. Today we will be talking about the top 5 longest cutscenes in games. So before starting this video, please like this video and subscribe to this channel for our future updates. There have been some exceptionally long cutscenes strewn throughout the games. Here are 10 of the world's most extreme distances. Many people consider Donkey Kong, a 1991 arcade classic, to be the first video game to use cutscenes to tell a story. Since then, technological advancements and a push toward narrative-driven gameplay have resulted in a significant shift in the way cutscenes are used in video games. Having a cinematic experience is becoming increasingly common. Despite the fact that some genres use them more than others, almost every game released in the modern era contains cutscenes in some form or another. They can be used for a variety of purposes, such as recapping previous events or telling parts of a story that wouldn't fit into a gameplay segment. It's also possible to overuse them. Certain developers are known for using cutscenes excessively, to the point where some games feel more like movies than video games. While some may argue that this isn't necessarily a bad thing, others believe that it can seriously disrupt the player's immersion. Whatever the case may be, these are some of the most lengthy cutscenes ever seen in video games. Number 5. Xenoblade Chronicles 2, 24 minutes. The terms Kojima and cutscenes are frequently used in the same sentence. People usually refer to Hideo Kojima instead of Kojima, the director of the Xenoblade Chronicles. Both are, however, equally appropriate. The cutscenes in the Xenoblade series are notorious for their quantity and length, with Xenoblade Chronicles 2 being the worst offender. The game's final cutscene takes just over 24 minutes to complete. If you add in the credits and post-credit scene, it comes to a whopping 33 minutes. The credits, on the other hand, are generally considered two separate scenes because nothing significant happens during them. Regardless, 24 minutes isn't exactly a short amount of time. Number 4. Xenosaga, 25 minutes. The game Xenosaga is known for its heavy use of cutscenes. There are a total of 464 cutscenes spread out across the 3 parts of the game. It's impossible to know for sure, but it's highly likely that players spend more time watching the game than playing it. The longest of these cutscenes, which lasts 25 minutes, occurs at the very end of the 3rd entry. That doesn't even take into account credits. Interestingly, Xenogears, Xenosaga's spiritual predecessor, included a 40-minute cutscene. Unlike Xenosaga, however, the cutscenes in Xenogears aren't pre-rendered, so players must press a button to advance dialogue. As a result, it's possible to argue that they aren't cutscenes in the traditional sense. Number 3. Metal Gear Solid 4, 27 minutes. Hideo Kojima has made no secret of his desire to work in the film industry in the future. Many of his games take a cinematic approach to storytelling, with long stretches of cutscenes taking up a significant portion of the game's total playtime. The latest installment in the Metal Gear Solid series is no exception. In fact, the game's cutscenes were the subject of 2 different Guinness World Records. One of the first was for the longest cutscene in a video game, which lasted 27 minutes. The second award went to the game's longest cutscene sequence, with 4 of the game's final cutscenes totaling 71 minutes of non-playing time. Number 2. Death Stranding, 31 minutes. Death Stranding is widely regarded as Kojima's crowning achievement. It's difficult to argue that it doesn't provide a true Hideo Kojima experience, regardless of one's feelings about the final product. It's the closest the filmmaker has gotten to realizing his dream of making movies, and some might even argue that the game's ending is, for all intents and purposes, a full-length film in and of itself. The game's climax takes about 2 hours to complete and is essentially one long cutscene, with the exception of a few short sections where the player runs around a little. The sections mentioned above do help to break things up a little, but only a little. The longest time between player inputs is 31 minutes, which is longer than most television shows' episodes. Number 1. Star Ocean. TheLastHope, 46 minutes. It's unclear how the Guinness World Records team determines what counts as a cutscene and when records are given out. Anyone who has played Star Ocean, TheLastHope will know that the game was overlooked when it came to the longest cutscene record for some reason. The game is chock full of long cutscenes, the longest of which clocks in at 46 minutes. It appears near the end of the game, just before the final battle, and it seems to go on forever and ever, much like the ocean of stars itself. Long cutscenes are common in JRPGs, but Square Enix may have gone a little too far in this case. What do you think of our list? Which of the above games you have played? Let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video and want to hear from me again, before leaving make sure that you hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to get the notification of our future videos. Thanks for watching.